I'll be rolling through, showing off the beauty wherever possible, because, you know, multitasking is a skill. Even though I've dived into a whole new world, underwater photography, people still come to me for the same old reason: video production, commercial directing, and cinematography. So here I am, getting a call to film a simple, stylish estate video focused on the family living there. It's a personal project for their family, just for fun. I packed my gear and headed out to meet these awesome folks. And guess what? The house is close by, so I grabbed my skateboard and headed over. Now tell me, how could I possibly forget about my awesome followers? How could I just cruise through Miami without showing you some more of its beauty, the vibes, the Caribbean feel? Long story short, let's keep rolling together. I love sunglasses that cover my whole face, total protection from the sun, and nosy stares, plus no one will ever know I'm actually Batman. And it's perfect for those who didn't get enough sleep and don't want to show it. The best part is zipping under the bridges. They're always stuck in traffic. But the boardwalk along the waterfront, that's the real deal. Traffic jams are for bridges, not for us. Cruising by the ocean is way better than the city center. The city's all heat and crowds, but here, you've got the cool ocean breeze and killer views. And those yachts, they're totally jealous of my speed. Since today I'm not diving with models in their pools, let's take things up a notch, literally. It's architecture shooting day. I'm cruising through Bayfront Park, where skyscrapers try to outshine the palm trees, and even the pigeons have better yoga poses than I do. On my channel, you'll be going from underwater straight into the Miami skyline, soaring past multi-million-dollar mansions with an FPV drone. Hold on tight.
Sounds like this is our address. Let's go, check it out.
I called in my assistant to help, capturing all the behind-the-scenes action. The family was already waiting for me.
Hopefully these people are creative enough to try different interesting things.
Hello, hello, hello. Did you recognize me right away? All right, that's so cool, guys. Thanks for paying us. And this is a magic bag. I have everything you need for this particular task. Wow. So, can you show us your home and we're gonna direct this thing?
Their house was impressive from the moment I stepped in. They kindly gave me a tour, and I told them how we'd capture the magic of their home.
We're gonna do different techniques, filming techniques. So gimbal, drone, FPV drone, and some 360 videos.
First things first, I asked them to turn on every light in the house. We needed all those warm, glowing spots to make the colors pop. We rehearsed a few scenes, timing everything perfectly so we'd catch that golden sunset for the best shots.
I think the best way is just to fly a DJI 3 Mavic, just to reveal the beauty of this area.
And then there were the trees. Those tall beauties formed a perfect frame, adding depth and perspective to our shots. The family suggested moving their cars into the garage, but why hide those shiny beauties? They add to the house's clean, stylish look. Flying through the air is a lot like being underwater. When a model strikes the perfect pose and everything aligns, the hair floats just right, the fabric flows beautifully, and you remember it's all in slow motion. It's like melting into reality. And right now, this house is like a woman in water, captured in slow motion. The trees and bushes around it are like her gown, the pond behind it, her wealth, and the architecture is her aesthetic form. I've loved seeing the world through a lens since childhood, and I never keep my techniques a secret. In fact, I share them with everyone through my courses, whether it's underwater photography, product videography, or aerial. I raised the drone to show off the crystal clear pool water, the lush backyard, and everything in between. From the tiles to the grill area, everything looked picture perfect. I explained my vision to the drone, then kicked back in a comfy swing to see how it handled it. Who knows, maybe they integrated AI technology there? Now, after capturing all those exterior shots, it's time to prep for the interior scenes. We need everything just right, so I moved a few cushions around. We also needed a hiding spot for ourselves. At first, I had this great idea to combine 5 different shooting styles, and trust me, it was going to look amazing. Like, imagine the stunning 360 camera shots that really stick with the viewer, seamlessly transitioning to high-quality cinema camera footage for that perfect dynamic flow. But once the client saw what the FPV drone could do, they were sold, deciding to base the entire shoot on those epic drone shots alone. The drone was about to fly all over the house, and we didn't want to end up in the shot. Laundry rooms and garages make the perfect hideouts. We had this idea. The homeowner, a busy guy, gets a call and walks into the house. He takes a phone call and heads inside to grab a drink. While the drone is doing its thing, he casually opens the fridge and picks something to sip on, all while chatting away on the phone. Next, we fly deeper into the house, showing his wife relaxing, maybe flipping through a magazine. Then we give the drone a chance to zip along the second floor, gliding past the chandelier, and then swoop down to the other entrance, flying right past our model. The first shot wasn't perfectly timed though, because while the lady was reaching for her wine, we'd already flown around the entire house. But hey, it was a great rehearsal. We tried it a few times, tweaking things along the way, like adding some flowers to the scene for a little extra flair. I took my position, ready to start the shoot. The funny thing about filming with a drone, it's like seeing a puppet master at work. Lots of head tilting and frantic gestures as they try to avoid collisions. The drone's movement through the house was tricky, dodging chandeliers and navigating tight spaces, but we nailed it after a few takes. And the best part, the husband played his role like a pro every single time. We really liked how the opening turned out, so we decided to keep it. I mean, these are still rehearsal shots, but it's always best to practice while the batteries are draining anyway. The homeowner grabbed his wine and walked off. We didn't get the best angle of him here, but that's something we definitely fixed the second time around. We also realized the shot could use some flowers, and maybe we should have given the lady of the house a bit more to do. The chandelier flyby worked better this time, thanks to the mirror that helped keep it in the frame. Now here's the lady sipping her wine. This shot came out pretty well. We zoom out toward the pool. The sun is shining beautifully, but the drone decided to take a detour. It made a wrong turn, and things went a little off track. So, back into the house we go for another shot. Third time's the charm, right? Everything was going smoothly this round. The homeowner nailed his part every time, and we finally got a great shot of him standing by the fridge. We flew past the flowers beautifully, but then I veered left to show off the wine, and realized there was nowhere to turn. So I had to go even further left. The walls and chandelier looked great, but all those extra turns? Yeah, totally unnecessary. Then the joystick slipped a bit. Things weren't bad, but we didn't quite show the layout of the house as well as we could have. At least the lady of the house nailed it. Now she steps out to the ocean with her glass of wine, and we follow her with a perfect shot. Sure, we didn't show her flipping through a magazine or relaxing by the chair, but now she's sitting down, slowing down, and we're flying right toward those 3 gorgeous spheres that decorate the pool. While I was busy checking my flying machine, my assistant was busy enjoying the wine. At this point, I started wondering if I hired him just for fun. Okay, time to get serious. I had a second thought about adding more scenes to the video, and we decided to try a new idea. What if a friend came over to join the homeowners for a fun wine tasting session? My assistant was more than happy to play the role of the millionaire friend, especially when they started pouring some very expensive wine. Honestly, who would turn that down even if you don't drink? We tried it out, but in the end, we stuck with the FPV drone shots for their dynamic feel and minimal cuts. After a short editing session, the client settled on the final version, and just like that, another day comes to an end. I found myself on yet another non-underwater project, working in the home of young millionaire startup programmers. A big shout out to them for their sense of humor and warm hospitality. We landed the drones, said our goodbyes, and collected our well-earned and possibly hard-bargained paychecks. Now, it's the perfect moment to remind myself of an important tradition, setting aside a good portion of what I earn to help a child in need. It's a small way to make sure that even in moments of joy, we don't forget those who are struggling